Hi, we're at the 2011 Food Safety Summit in Washington, D.C. I'm joined by Tom Nessen, who works for Plex Systems. Tom, can you tell us a little bit about what your company does, the main activities?
Sure. Plex Systems is a provider of enterprise food safety management systems with full ERP functionality, and we're delivered over the cloud, so we're a subscription-based service for food processors. Our system covers really four main areas. One is shop floor control through manufacturing operations management, electronic HACCP and quality, as well as full traceability and manufacturing genealogy. And we also incorporate ERP functionality like human resources, accounting and finance, and those traditional ERP functions.
So you're covering all the bases, basically, of an operation.
That's the idea. If you're a food manufacturer and you've really reached a tipping point when it comes to your ability to comply with regulations, our software really offers a turnkey solution without all the upfront costs that you find in other software providers to answer those regulatory demands.
Okay, so what is a cloud platform and what are the benefits of using it?
Well, a cloud platform can be a lot of things. What we are at Plex is what's called multi-tenant cloud. So that means there's one database with all the customers in the same database. You can kind of think of it as an apartment building. So in an apartment building, you have an apartment, I have an apartment, and we're able to decorate it the way we see fit. But we all have shared resources, like security, like the plumbing infrastructure, the electricity, and the SaaS solution or the cloud solution is the same. It's a multi-tenant environment where we can configure the software the way it works for you and I, but we share security infrastructure, we share performance and tuning infrastructure. All the things that we need to have working properly for the system.
Okay, so there's always a backup, really, I mean.
Yeah, for our system, disaster recovery is part of what we offer. So we have a data center in Michigan, but we also have a disaster recovery site in North Carolina. So in the event there's a problem with the main data center, within a short amount of time, you're back up and running off of our other data center, which a lot of companies haven't even considered disaster recovery in a lot of cases.
Okay, so it's just very secure, basically, in every way.
Yep, very secure, and we have a team of people who work around the clock from a security standpoint, making sure that everything is perfectly secure.
Okay, and in terms of the technology, if people aren't really up to speed on technology, is this something they can just dive into and kind of get a feel for it? Like, is it user-friendly?
Yeah, a lot of times we use the expression just log on, because there is no hardware or software up front to install. You just log in through a standard login portal to Plex, and the system is really intuitive and easy to use and highly configurable and addresses most food processors' manufacturing needs.
So it's simplifying things, it's not making things more complicated.
Exactly. That's what we want to do, is make people's lives more simple and straightforward.
Okay. I find that people are sometimes kind of reticent to try a new technology. Like, a lot of people are kind of stuck in, they like to use their spreadsheets, they think the system works okay.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people are scared or fearful of change. But with so many demands from auditors, industry regulations, the federal government now, you've gotten to the point where you really can't say no to technology because it's physically impossible to respond when you have a room full of filing cabinets sitting in the corner. So if you're a company that's put off that technology decision for quite a while, and now you're looking at technology choices, the question I have a lot is, do I really need to write a $300,000 check for hardware and software licenses? Is there a better option for me? And with cloud computing, there is. Month-to-month subscriptions are now possible to reach the same level that you only could reach with a large expenditure in the past for software. So it's really a thing where it's leveled the playing field for most manufacturers.
Okay, so it's more scalable now. For sure.
Definitely.
Okay. And especially with the Food Safety Modernization Act and the requirement to have proper documentation and records, you really need to have access to that information immediately if regulators request it. So
it needs to be immediate, and that's the thing. And not only needs to be immediate, but in the world as it existed, the status quo, my HACCP information was in one database, my manufacturing information potentially was in another database, and my inventory information sat in another one. So you really need to say, okay, if I'm going to go with a system, it needs to be under one roof. I should be able to go to my inventory records and pull up my quality information. I should be able to go to my information about jobs and shop orders and pull up quality information. And it should work together. It should be seamless.
So one source for information.
That's the idea.
So it seems like the food industry is becoming more dynamic and technology is playing a bigger and bigger role. How can people use technology to help them develop?
Well, the first thing is to be able to find a resource where everything's brought together in one place. For me, the Global Food Safety Resource Center is a great place to find everything that I need to know about the changing landscape for food manufacturers. You got it.
Great. Thanks.